So we're facing them out first, and we have our straps on, and we're just gonna inhale, expand everything, exhale, draw up away from your feet, yeah? Inhale, expand everything, exhale, and when I mean everything, I want you to spread your toes out, spread your fingers out, spread your pelvic floor out, open your ribs out. Good, yeah. Good. And then in order to exhale and lift everything away from your feet have to disassociate a little bit from your low leg bones, right? They're trying to pull down away from your leg bones, right? And that should create a sense of pulling down away from your pelvis bones. And that should hopefully create a little arch in your feet. Good. Remember to let go every time you inhale, right? So as you expand out, you want to feel that arch expanding wider, broader, right? Both in your feet and up in your pelvic floor and in your diaphragm. Letting that go. Good. And one more. Good. All right. Inhale, expand, exhale, press with your hands, getting taller. Good. Inhale, release those arms, expanding. Good. Exhale, engage. Draw up. Good. Inhale. Good. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And one more time.
We're all leaning backwards. Is that weird?
What's that, Louie?
That looks like we're leaning backwards. It's okay. Keep going.
Okay. So, inhale and now exhale. Just press one side. So I'm going to start with my left. Just find your shoulder. Let yourself have a little gentle rotation. Good. Inhale. Feel how that brings you back to center. Exhale. Feel how that wrings out your waist. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist. Good. Good. And having that awareness of, are you still drawing up away from those feet as you rotate? If you are, you might have a heightened awareness of your glute. For most of us, it'll be, well, not most of us. For some of us, it'll be toward the side we're going toward, and others, it'll be the opposite hip, trying to help push you over there. Good, and last one each way. Good. Big inhale, good, and exhale. Good, all right. Take a nice inhale, exhale into bow, just bow, stretching. Oh. Inhale, come right back up, unfurl, reach out to the sides. Good, exhale, into the bow. Good, inhale, up. Now if you run out of air, on that inhale, as you extend upwards, right? You inhale and you're like, okay, that's it. See if you can inhale again with a sniff, right? Through your nose, and see if that will help get you to get a little more air to fill up down low. Sometimes we inhale and it stays in the chest instead of dropping down. That's it, good. And last one. Good, and then just bring yourself to upright. Nice. Then let's take a nice little plie. So we'll bring ourselves into Pilates stance. Heels together. And while we're in Pilates stance, we're going to just talk real quick about being in Pilates stance. So right now, my knees are knocked together and my ankles are dropped inward. Here's me driving through my feet. It's kind of subtle. Okay, here's me not. Here's me doing better. Can you see the difference? And so even though my heels are together, I'm not pushing these bones hard against each other. They get actually pulled upward, which is kind of hard to see, but have that sensation in your body. All right, so now we are going to plie. So keeping the arms long as you plie, letting your spine slide down your imaginary wall. Again, these don't have to be super deep. Good, and then hold it down here. Where's all your weight? For me, it's all on my right foot. I don't have any weight on my left, so I want you to check you. And then when you're down there, can you be on your heel in this moment? And then just breathe there. Sitting in this position in your heels, some of you will feel tension relief in your pelvic floor. Otherwise, you will feel your seat start to turn on after a moment. Good. And then exhale, pull up through your legs as you press your hands back. Inhale, come down. We're going to stay there again. Exhale, feel where your weight is. Good. Inhale and exhale, drive through those feet. Come up. Good. Let's do 2 more. Breathe a breath set down here. Feel where your weight is. Exhale. So I like that self-check because a lot of us, when we squat, unknowingly kind of sit on one side and then come back up. Plie is a nice little place to feel where the feet are going. It's, I think, a little easier because they're this close to feel where you are.
Is that Darwin or that Mo up there in the corner?
Are you feeling it now? Yeah. Yeah. Like it just falls right over there. All right. So then I was going to have us go into releve, but I think if you're feeling where your weight is falling, let's open it into parallel instead, and let's go into a squat. So keep in mind where you fell as you pliate. See if you can start leveled with both feet as you come down into your squat. Good. And then same thing as you come up, keep the energy even through those feet. Good. Hi, beautiful. Hi, my beautiful. It's a good morning time. It's a good morning time. Good. You guys keep going. I have to say good morning here. This is important. That's a good boy. Good. And then can you feel yourself holding you? Good. Let's do one more. Okay, good. All right, so then let's come into our releve. So we're going to come back into Pilates stance. Was that helpful? So now again, coming up on tiptoes, arms going to be out front. When we releve, notice which foot gets your weight and when. So does it all shift onto the outside pinky toes? Does it all shift onto the inside toes on one side? Do your knees collapse inward? These are all funny little things we can be watching. And so you're going to hold that for a breath set and now see if you can come down even between the feet. Yeah. And inhale and exhale up. Good. Check your weight. Could you lift one foot or the other? If the answer is an easy yes, you're probably not balanced in your feet, right? Good. And then back down. Good. And let's do 2 more. The second one will stay up longer. That's it. Good. And a wheel. Good. Left ankle predictably unstable. That's it, good. So here we are. Now we're going to add back in our plie. So spines go down the wall behind us, right? Notice where your weight goes. Mine immediately tries to roll to the outside. That's it, good. And then is it in one foot or the other? So I could lift up this left foot. That's how much I'm off of that foot. Like it's on the ground, but there's no oomph in it. That's it, good. And then come back down. Good, yep, and I'll do it again. Up. That's it, even out before you start your plie. There you go, good. So if you caught yourself biasing one side, see if you can consciously over bias the other side just a little bit as you do these guys, and then come down. We're going to do 2 more sets, your own pace, so that you have the opportunity to just look within.
Our hands are supposed to press when we're elevator, right?
Yeah. Hands are just, yeah, they're here for balance. Good. And then when you get those, then we're going to come back into your parallel. All right. Did you catch yourself? Did you learn anything? Yes, no, a little bit. It's too early to be learning, Mona. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Diana's noticing the sway and how she feels the work differently from side to side. So that's awesome, because that tells you that sway is you trying to come back to center and somebody on that side probably not doing their job. And the fun thing about this is that it's very interesting. If you hit pause on the replay and think about it a little bit, is that we talk about our strength, right? Oh, I'm right leg dominant. Is that this direction your right leg dominant? In this motion, right? So you can feel where your muscle is not strong in a motion, because my hamstring, for example, is really strong here, but it's not so strong here, decelerating, right? So that's a brilliant sort of insight that you noticed, Diana, because we can have the same muscle good at one thing and not so good at another. Okay. Let's see, where I lost my train of thought, but that was really good. Okay, so I wanted you to move forward. All right, so we're gonna move forward. Moving forward, literally, we're gonna take a step forward, and I think we did this on Friday where we took 2 steps. So I think we can go right into it today. If we step forward with your right, find your balance moment. Notice how much you're sitting on that right foot, your right foot. Sorry. Can you push yourself over so you have weight also on your left foot? And then rock through. See if you can imagine staying over on that left as you come through. So we're taking what we did Friday one step further by thinking about the weight between our feet. Yeah? And then coming back, trying to stay centered. And here your hands will go opposite your feet, but I also want you to feel free to just use them for balance. Yeah, so if the moving of the hands is making you feel more wobbly, feel free to just put them in a place where it feels like you have balance. And so for some, that will be like holding them out in front. That'll help give you better sense, out front and wide. That'll give you a better sense of where your center is and where you're leaning to. No, I'd let you stop wherever you want to. This is supervised practice moment where I want you to feel where your weight is as you move. One of your feet's going to get a little clunky as it steps, right? When you step back, same. I want you to notice how far do you lean over just to move your foot back. So you feel free to pause wherever. Yes. So I think we've done, this is your third round. This is your third, maybe fourth. When you get your fourth one, then feel free to start with your other foot. That's a good question, Deshelle. Bonus points if you can remember to pull yourself up away from your feet, or your feet through the ground away from your legs. And so I'm hoping that you'll find that this is a perfect example of what we were just talking about. I step forward with such confidence and centered with my right foot. But when my right foot has to hold me while I'm stepping back, I can feel the swing off to that corner. Yeah? So we get strong in one direction or one motion. The direction is core. So, and we think about that, yes, yes, right? From your hip up, hip to those obliques, whoop. That's right. So if you plug in from the side of your hip, and then you'll kind of feel it pull across the opposite oblique. It goes this internal, this external. No, this external, this internal. Oh. So again, if you are on the replay and you are keeping your workout journal, this would be a good one to note just about what you notice in your body, forward, backwards, and what's sliding around. That's one thing I love about the reformer. If we were doing standing splits on the reformer, right, it's getting to move everybody evenly. All right, so everyone feel like you got equal amounts starting with both legs? Don't rush if you're still working on. I'm just asking a question. Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's reach up high. We're gonna change tack. We're gonna do our reverse open lunge. So if we pull across, let yourself have a seat. That's it. We're just waking up that mid back a little bit more. And we'll alternate sides. Pull back. Yeah. That's right. Good. Stepping to that open skater. Good. And as you're pulling, let yourself, again, pull the elbow away from the shoulder away from the chest. That's it. Good. Good. And then the last one. Good. And then we're going to flip ourselves around with our back to the mat. All right, back to the mount. We stand tall. We press into our chest press, holding our ground. So again, just feeling what we need to be doing here, upright. Good. And that is reaching the feet away from the legs, the spine and hip coming up off the legs in the opposite direction. Good. And again, fluid, right? No stinging, no puke. Fluid all the way out, slowly back in. Good. So Lisa, your stripes are telling me that I want you to put a little more of your front ribs in. Yes, good, perfect. Good. And one more. All right, floating plank. So feel your weight again between your feet. I can tell you all my weight's on my right big toe. It's all on my right side. So if you're like me, see if you can level out. You might need to shift side to side to figure out where you settle. All right, and then once you're even, go ahead and pull those elbows in again, right close to your side. Push out, and in, and out. Mark, tuck your ribs in a little bit. There you go, good. That's it, good, you guys. That's it, ribs in, everybody. Good. Weight on both feet. Good. Last two. Smooth still, and last one. Good, all right. Now coming up on tiptoes. Ribs stay in, spine stay long. Pull your back of your legs toward each other, even though they're not moving, right? Just engage there, good. Then we're gonna do a wide chest press. So elbows wide, ribs in as you press forward. The elbows come out to 90 degrees to the side, and push. That's it, out. Good. That's it. Where is your weight now? You guys, so good. Was it Friday? I think we talked about moving back and forth in space. You guys are so locked in, doing a great job. That's it. I see you thinking it. I see you working it. Good. All right. And then arms are going to stay long. Good. Now we're going to sit back in our Superman squat. We're keeping the arms long today, so we're bringing the straps down with us. We're coming up, all the way up into long stretch, so arms come next to the ears. Lower the arms so they're out in front of the shoulders. Come again? No, we're in parallel. We're in parallel. That's a good question. So normally we do that Superman in that Pilates stance. Today we're in parallel. You're right. Because again, I want you to feel, where does your weight go here? Who's pushing you back upright? Who's supporting you on the way back down? Who's the decelerator for you? Where's the other one? That's it, good. Can we do two more? Whoa. Are you playing there, Lisa? Oh, I thought you were experimenting. Okay. Okay. So it's this moment here. Ah, gotcha. So just for the sake of replay, because that's interesting to note, is that Lisa's noticing that it's harder to find her abdominals when she's on her toes. Not unusual, because a lot of us will do this, we'll arch our back, and it does get harder to, then you have to have more glute lift up and more ab lift up here. Mark says him too. Him too. All right, so let's walk out to all the way overhead. So hands are straight up, feet are down, and we're gonna just have a nice bow, just a little bow. And as you bow, you've got a couple of goals. One is lengthen that spine upward. Again, see if you can reach your feet through the ground. And you think of the pelvis here as the middle of those 2 points, right? The spine is lifting up out of the pelvis. The feet are pulling down out of the pelvis. Yes, Diana, nice. And see if you can get more bend higher up. I love your length. See if you can hold your bend, because that you've got the right idea going. There you go. Good. Good. Yeah. And then Michelle, the place that you're moving is great. I want you to wrap your hips in, or plug your leg bones in just a little bit, just so there's not a flex at the lumbar. That's it, Lisa. There you go. Okay, so once you get your form going, then I want you to slow down your deceleration, right? So we're getting our bow. Inhale there, exhale. Everything stays on as you slow down coming up. And then you'll take another inhale and exhale, start it again. Whoop. That was not slow. Yeah, yes. So I'm going to repeat the question for the sake of the replay. Jashelle asks, is it normal to feel yourself fighting the weight going into your heels? Yeah, because of where you're putting the energy in front of you, you have to press into your heels. Now, if you feel like you're falling backwards, right, versus just pressing straight down, that's a little different. If I'm falling backwards, that tells me that my glutes are not engaged. They're not plugged in. So downward, yes, but so much that I hinge at the hip flexor and my toes come off the ground. My glutes aren't pushing. I hope that answers that question. Okay, so why are we going here? Oh yes, to make it harder. So now here, we're in probably a very challenging position, right? We're up, we're trying to put the abs in, and now we're gonna come up on tiptoes and press forward a little bit. So most of us are gonna find, oh, there is a buckle point. For some of us, it'll be knees. Others of us, it'll be lumbar this direction, and others, it'll be thoracic lumbar this direction, right? So it could be any of those weird little spots. I want you to see if you can go up, keeping that little bit of tension, keeping those abdominals up, and checking where your weight is between your two sides. Coming down slow, and then feel free to bring your arms down just the teeny tiniest bit. I want you to keep a little bit of tension on your straps. So here I'm not. My straps are loose. Here I am. See, it's that small. Just enough to get these guys to turn on. Your back is talking. Your traps. They're calling. Popping. And you might feel between your shoulder blades, right? Your arms are up, so we're asking for the mid and lower traps here to help. If you're feeling just at your neck, open your arms wider. And that should drop you back down into your pec, and then deceleration support from the low trap instead. And that's what we would prefer. Or you might not prefer it. It might just make you tired. Now, if you feel like, I got this, Mona, I get it now, I'm all connected, glutes, abs, then side bend. And can you keep your feet both pressing? Can you keep your glutes in? Can you keep those abs on? You'll come back to center, come down, and again, you can come into a W, you can let your arms all the way down, and then do it again. Find your center between your feet before you side bend the other way. Again, keeping that little bit of press. And then down. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes. Well, so they are, right? The delt caps are doing their job. They're lifting your arms, so the shoulder is working. The challenge is to set the shoulders in your sockets, and then the motion comes from your abs, right? So that the shoulders are just isometric holding, basically, not driving. So Diana's question is, she feels like she's overusing her shoulders. So if you're Diana, you might think about dropping your hands to your elbows in your W. Give a little push there, see what happens if your ribs turn on. Yeah? So from this position, push forward, see if you get that feedback here. Okay, good. Good. All right. And then from there, you can start taking that from that W up to big Y arms over time and see if you can keep that same sensation. Can you feel that, Lisa? I see you playing with it. Yeah? Okay, good. Good questions, you guys. Your questions are always good because somebody else is thinking about something like that too, or could benefit from it too. Okay, I think you probably will want to take your hands down, step forward and stretch open your chest a little bit. Stretch open the front of those shoulders a little bit. And make sure you do the other side too. Hi, beautiful. Hi, my precious. Oh, my most beautiful. Good. Yeah, feel good? I know, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so we're gonna face our mount again. Just give ourselves a nice roll down. So I'm in parallel. If you want to connect to the back of you and that's helpful to you, come into Pilates stance. We're gonna inhale and exhale, just round down through that spine. Stretch those traps. So shoulders are wide and forward as you roll, right? You're trying to stretch your back. And let yourself just hang for a sec. Good. And then as you come up, press into those feet. Press those hands forward. Today, bring them up fingertip to fingertip toward your chest. So they're going to come up and in just like they might if you were on the reformer. Good. And then they're going to tuck under and reach up. Pull back, high pull. Good. All right. And then bring them back in. Pull down, round down. Good. And then when you're ready, same thing. Bring them back in. When they get to your hip, rotate in. See, that's it. All the way up, then tuck those elbows. Pull up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring them back in. And we'll do one more time all the way down, all the way up. Tuck your ribs in, lovey.
Oh, thank you.
Good. All right, and then bring them back down. Good? Feel good? Okay. I want to come down to the floor. So if you want something for under your knees, you may grab it. We're going to start with our side to the mount. And we're holding our elbows at 90 degrees. So one has the rotator cuff in external rotation. The other one has a little bit of tension on internal rotation. All right. All we're going to do is step back with the foot that's closest to the mount. So that happens to be my left side. No, that's my right side. Pardon me. Your left. And we're just going to step back in a lunge. Good. Come back up. Push your arms forward. Bring them back in. Step back. Same side again. Good. Come back up. Okay. So we've been talking about basically centering, right? So as we go down and up, where do we lean? Where do we fall? And it's going to maybe look something like this. I'm exaggerating, but there might be a little bit of that somewhere in your body. Adding in the rotator cuff. Yeah, right? So if you're finding that you're wanting to lean into the side that's farthest away from the mount in order to strengthen that rotator cuff, step a little closer to the mount so that you can hold it because it's going to get more work as you come down. Right, you're using both the external rotators plus your tricep to try to hold that arm in place. Yeah. Did I? Yeah, so we're purposely adding challenge to our center. Good, all right. Woo! I see you. Good. Good. All right, yes. Yes, boy. Okay, so then on the next one, all we're gonna do is come all the way down. Stay all the way down and tuck both knees down. So now we're on 2 knees. Good. Nice control. Good. All right. Both arms press forward. Good. Swing your arm closest to the mount back. Push it back. Good. Simple. Bring it forward. Good. And then take the other one away from the mount. So think of it as a kneeling windmill, right? Only we've just sort of broken it into 2 parts. We're taking the lower arm back. Sorry, the closer arm back. Press it back. Good. The other arm forward and back. Good. They can be either way depending on your ankles. That's a good question. So the question was about toes. Are they tucked or are they on toenails? If you can tolerate tucked toes, that's a nice stretch for your toes, so you can do that. Okay, so we have our basic motion here. Now I want us to pay attention to how we're doing it, right? So some of us are leaning out of the way to move that arm. Others of us are leaning into it to make the arm move. I wasn't pointing fingers, I'm just saying we all do a little bit of either one of those things. Where am I? So see if you can keep yourself centered, shoulders over hips. So in this rotation, we're not going to lean back. We're not going to lean forward nor sideways. We're going to stay right over our hips. And you should notice that in order to do that, both your glutes start to turn on and your abs start to lift up. And yes, you can rotate open, right? You can, when you're rotating away, it's a big windmill. So you're reaching all the way back and pushing away. That's it. Good. There you go, Lisa. I saw you get control of that one. Was that Deshelle? Oh, Diana. Yes, hips forward. Yes, hips forward. Good. And last one. Good. Nice. Very nice. All right. Hands come together. Good. And then all we're going to do is rotate away. So just rotation, pushing away and back to center. Yeah. And I want you to keep this side closest to the mount wrapped in. You're going to feel it want to push in the ground. That is natural. See if it can push you toward the one that's farther away. The one that's farther away has to get ready to hold you, right? We're not going to fall into it. It's going to shore you up. That's it. And by shoring you up, then you'll strengthen not only your obliques, but your spinal rotators, rotatores. Good. Give me 3 more. Nice exhale. Good, right? We don't just throw at it, because then everything buckles in a weird way, right? Either some people will buckle this way, some people will buckle this way. I want you to stay strong through those hips and make it smooth. Yes, better, 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 better. I saw that. Good. Was that number 3? Okay, all right, very nice. Then just reach your arm up, give yourself a side bend toward the mount. Should feel good. Good. All right, and then when you're ready, the foot that's closest to the mount is going to come forward. Tuck your back toe and lift straight up. Whoop. That's it, ta-da. And we're ready to turn around and go the other way. So you have your fists, your elbows at your side, holding your straps. I have to move a little bit closer on this side. And then we're stepping back with the leg closest to your mount. And then coming back forward. Oh, you forgot these guys, but very good job going all the way down, Libby. Okay. And then pressing away, right? So starting the same way as we did on the other side. So see if I'm trying to show you me. Can you tell that I'm leaning away from the mount? I'm purposely trying to do this wrong. Yeah, I think you can tell. All right, so here's me leaning away from the mount. Here's me more upright. Mm-hmm. Ah, that's a good one. Here's me letting my hip get away from me. Here's me holding it back in place. Can I see 2 more? Okay, so I'm going to remind you about what we were talking about. Being strong is usually one direction. So you might feel centered in the stride going forward. Going backward, that same stride might have a hip swing and you go back out, right? So I want you to keep that in mind as you do 2 more, paying attention to the going back, right? So it's not tip and land. Can you see that? Is that obvious? Tip and land. I want you to be as centered as you can. Get your backside ready and your front side ready to decelerate you stepping back. Can you just do 2 more? Yeah, as if you were landing on something like bubble wrap that you can't pop. You have to land soft. You have to decelerate your landing. Better, good, and then find your center. Yeah, you don't want to make noise. You don't want to wake somebody up, so you're landing soft. And coming back soft. Good, all right. Then the next one we can come all the way down, and hopefully that kind of helps you think about refining. Yeah, that lifting sensation. Yes. Make it do that all the time without thinking. Well, what's cool is I bet it's happening more often than not, right? Like because you've been practicing so long, I bet there are moments when you feel yourself like on your hikes gathering that up, maybe as you're going up or down or yeah. All right, so we're down on our knees and we're pressing both arms forward, and then we're going to take the arm that's closest to the mount back, opening up the shoulders. Good. Bring it forward, and then the other arm comes up and presses in a windmill. So my first one I purposely did very messy. No control of the hip, no control of the spine, right? I'm back bending, my hip is swinging and rotating, pushing into the work, and I'm trying to counterbalance with my mass. So now here's me doing a better job, staying centered as much as I can, turning on those obliques and adding a little push away, right, through the arm. It's not a lovely stretch. It's an active reach open. Yep. Let your torso go with that, right, so that you have to work to keep your hips in place. That's it. Good. Open up that shoulder. That's nice, Deshelle. Let it keep going. Good. Good. And then look at your glutes lift. Very nice. Good. That's it, Diana. Good. Yeah, so Lisa, the next time when you go to your right, this is getting so much better. I see you opening up more on that right shoulder, but still holding yourself. When you go to the left, let yourself keep that sense of reaching through your strap, reaching away. Like let your ribs stay on. You're not reaching with your back, you're reaching with your arm. So, yes, good. Okay, good. And then if you feel like you've gotten even amounts, then you can take those arms, bring your hands together, and now all you have to do is rotate. So the further out they are, the more you've got to suck it up to your center. The closer in they are, the gentler it will be. Not necessarily easier, but a little more manageable. And again, you are seeing, can you lift your spine up out of your hips up off of your knees. Good. So we're not digging down. I'm not trying to rotate and pull my elbow down to my waist. So if you have your fists close, let them be a little bit lifted, like they're going across a bookcase, right? They're not trying to crack the bookcase like a karate chop. Good. That's it. That's better, everybody. That's better, everybody. Good. Yeah, all right. And then this could be your last one. Mark.
Oh, that was a wee one.
Okay, good. I was going to tell you. Can you do that one again, please? All right. We're going to turn ourselves so our back is to the mount. And we're going to do an offering. So we start here, glutes on, toenails flat, or toes tucked under. If you were on a reformer machine, we'd probably have you toes tucked under, heels up against your shoulder blocks. So pushing forward, open out, and bring the elbows behind you, and then tuck them in like two wings. Ribs in, press forward, open out. That's it, around behind you. Tuck the ribs. So in this position, hopefully you're feeling that tuck of the ribs also lifts your glute. Yeah. All the way. Get your ribs on before you push. That's it. Good. Oh. Good. And then we're going to take that into a roll down. So we're making this be like row 2 on the reformer. We're going to exhale, roll the spine down. It feels like we're going into a cat roll down. But instead of letting our hands come along the ground, they're going to come forward toward our ears. We're going to lift those abs up, deepening the C curve. And then inhale, unfurl with the spine, placing the spine back over our hips, even between the legs. Arms circle back down. Hi, baby. And we exhale, roll down. Lift the arms to the ears, still in that C curve. Should feel it deepen. And then lifting the arms up, up, up with the spine. And then circle around. Good. And then I want to see you. That's it. So rounding down. Good. Arms to your ears. That's it. Nice, Diana. Good. Using your abs to place your spine back in place. That's a great start, Lisa. Go with that. Good. Keep those ribs on to the very end, Deshelle. Super. One more, everybody. Keep your abs on to the very end, Lisa. Right, we're not back bending up. We are ab lifting up. Think of a rolling pin rolling up the front of you, right? Rolling up the front to your spine. Nice, Diana. You've got that. Yeah, not wrong. That's a good question. So, Deshelle's question is, if you're pulling your abs up, your quads and your glutes are both on, trying to give you something to pull away from. They're, yes, totally fine. And I can see you getting your glutes on, Deshelle. So even if you can't feel them as much as your quads, they are lifting as well. Oh my gosh, 8:30. What?
What? Oh.
So go ahead and put your straps down. Come down.
Okay.
I know. We had 15 minutes. 16 minutes ago. So we're going to sit in a nice little mermaid and then just come on over. Just take a big long stretch here. That's it. Good. Inhale, exhale, rotate to the ground. Keep this hip that's farthest away from your hand reaching down. And some of you will feel the fascia under your arm get longer, stretching. Some of you will notice it more in your waist or the low back. Good. And then back to the side. Use the hand on the ground to help lift you up to the other side. Wow. Good. All right. And then we'll just flip right over, do the same stretch the other way. I love how she pauses just a moment, like, am I really going to go out the store? I don't know. Oh. 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 Oh, sure. Is your husband still sleeping? Are the kids still there? Up, 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 up. That's it. Reach up. So don't get stuck here. Lengthen up, lengthen up, lengthen up. There you go. That's the way. Good. Good. And rest. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for working hard on that centering and feeling your center. Everyone okay? What is it? Drops that go into your knee?